Okay, so in depth about the string, right? Yesterday we have seen we can create the string like this, s equal to a hello world, right? So this hello world can be inside the single quote or it can be inside the double quote. That's what we talked yesterday. How do I print this? I can say print yes. If you wanted to print the type of string, you can say print type of yes. If you wanted to get only, you guys know string is indexed and ordered. So it has index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you wanted to get one element out of that, one character out of that, you can say, you can use a slice operator s of 0, right? Print s of 0, it will give you a first character. If you wanted to get last character, you can see a print s of -1, something like that, because string is also reverse order, right? At the same time, if you wanted to get multiple element from that string, you can use a range slice operator. Range slice will have starting index and end index. Now at the same time, if you wanted to get, have multi-line string, this is a single line string, right? If you wanted to have multiple line string like this, India is my country and then I love my country, but these are multi-lines, it's not on same line. If you wanted to have a multi-line string, you need to use triple quote. You can create the multi-line string, but you have to use triple quote. Triple quote, in single triple quote or double triple quote, doesn't matter, whichever you wanted to have. But we must need to have the triple quote if you wanted to create the string which will have multiple lines. Multiple lines. Remember guys, right? So if I print it, it is going to print me at 2 lines now. India is my country on one line and then second line I love my country. Right? So that's how it will be. Okay? Now let's go and see little more functionality. This we have seen yesterday. Let's start and see little more functionality on this, right? I'll just remove this and then I'll start with one by one. So I want to see how many characters are there into this, right? You guys know if I run this now, it is going to just print an result, right? So it will just print an hello world. So it just print a hello world, correct? So but let's see like how many characters are there into this, right? If you want to see like how many characters are there into this, so we have one function called len. Len is the function which will give us a length of this, right? How do I say? Print, right? Len, length is a function for getting the length of the string. So len of s. If I say len of s and run this, it is going to give me in hello world how many characters are there, including the space. So you see here, these are the 5 characters and world also will have 5 characters, but there is one space is also included as a character. So total are 11 characters. Okay, got it? So length function will help us to give a length of this string, right? Let's take an example. I have one more string s1, right? S1 equal to, I have in double quote, how are you, right? But I am giving some space and then I am writing how are you and question mark and some space. You see, I am giving a space, right? I am giving a space. Here also in the beginning also there is one space, at the end also there is one space. By mistakenly if I have given, let's take an example. And I want to print this. How do I print? I'll say print s1. Print s1. And I want to print the length of this. How do I say? Print len of s1. Right? Let's see how many characters are there into this also. Right? Now let's run this. F5, run it. Now you see here, it is printing first string s1, s as a hello world and it has a character as 11. Now second string, you see here, there is a space. How are you? Right? At the end also space is there, but you will not able to see that. But in the beginning you are able to see there is a space. Now how many characters it is printing? 11. How it is 11? The first there is a space 1 and how has 3, then 3 plus 1 4 and this space 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, right? And the question mark 10 and at the end also there is a space 11. So a simple way is start from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters. Now let's take an example. These spaces are by mistakenly given. You wanted to remove these places. In the beginning, before h there is a space, this space. This space I wanted to remove. And at the end also there is a space. This also I want to remove. How do I do that? I have a function called as an strip, strip, strip function in a string, right? I can say print s1 dot strip, s1 dot strip, strip, right? So what this will do? This will remove the white spaces, right? This will remove the white spaces in the beginning or at the end of the string. So it will just remove the first space, and at the end also whatever the space is there, it will remove. Let's run this now. You see here now, earlier there was a space here in how, before how. Now are you able to see any space here? No, right? It has removed that space. So strip is a function to remove the spaces at the beginning or at the end of the string. Understood, guys? I hope you understood, right? Now let's see a next function.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good, thank you. Next function is I want to convert this entire string to a lowercase, right? This is like hello world, which has couple of thing as a capital. I want to convert into a lower. So let me get this down, right? And here, right? And I will just remove this length now. I don't need length. So I have this string s, so which is hello world, but h is capital, w is capital. What if I want to print and lower? I'll say print s dot lower. What is the function? Lower, lower, lower. This is how it is. So it is going to convert this string into a lower case, and it is going to print. Let's print it. F5, run this. I don't know whether you are able to see this, but let me close this out and then F5. You see here now, last hello, this has removed everything. It become all lowercase. So what is the function? Lower is a function which will help us to convert the entire string into the lowercase, right? At the same time, what if I want to convert into an upper? So function is upper. So I can say s dot upper, upper. That's all. It is going to convert into an uppercase. How it is? Let's run this. You see here, this is converted to the uppercase now. Earlier, there is a hello world, h capital, w capital. We converted entire thing into a lower case. Then we converted entire thing into an uppercase. Understood, guys? Clear. Right? So now, next thing is.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So next thing is we want to replace one of the characters from this string with something else. Right? So there is an hello world, right? I will replace with j or m. Right? So let's take an example, mellow world, yum. I want to replace h with an yum. How do I do that? I have another function called as an replace. Right? So let's say print s dot replace. Now what I want to replace? H. So I'll give that character. Which character? H. You can give in single quote or double quote. And I will with what I wanted to replace. The first one is what you wanted to replace, which character you wanted to replace from this hello world. I want to replace H, and with what character, which is the new character. So new character is yum. So ultimately it is going to become a mellow world, correct? So let's run this. F5. I don't know whether you are able to see. Let me close it and run it. You are seeing, guys, mellow word. You see here, H is replaced with yum and it is printing mellow word. I hope you understood. Right? So mail over. Replace.
Yes,
Replace
sir.
is, yeah, replace is the function which will help us to replace a single character, or you can replace multiple characters with a new multiple characters or single character. Right? So first string can be replaced with the next string, new string. Replace function. Right? Now let's take an example. I have this string. I wanted to split this string. Means I wanted to split this string into multiple tokens or multiple strings. Substrings. You can say it as a substrings. Two strings. Right? So let's take an example. I can separate by space also, but I'll give one separator here as a comma. I'll give one separator as a comma. Now I wanted to separate the string into one substring with the help of a comma separator. I need some separator, right? So this separator is a comma. This separator is a comma. Right? Let's take an example. I wanted to separate it and print it. So it will convert into a list of tokens or substrings. List of substrings. So like hello word will be one string, hello will be one string, and word will be another string. Two string, and it will be converted as a list. It will be converted as a list. How do we do that? I can say yes dot split. What is the function name? Split. S-P-L-I-T. Split. We are splitting the string into one substring. You are splitting one string into one substring. But how you are splitting? What is the separator for that? Comma. What is the separator? Comma. I need some identifier, right? To separate it, to convert into one substring. So that separator is comma. Let's run this. You see here, there is a list form. List form with what? Hello as one string and world as another string. World as another string. Right? If I have this string as a bigger, let's take an example. I'll have one more comma here. Hello world. Nice. Something like that. Right? Now how many strings, how many tokens or how many substrings I will get it? 3. Because each will be separated with a comma. Split with comma. Split with comma. So 1, 2, 3. Let's run this. Are you able to see? Are you able to see this here? Hello, word, nice. There are 3. There are 3 now. I hope you understood, right? So what is that function? Split. What is that function? Split. Okay, thank you. So split is a function which will split entire string or big string into an substrings. Big string into an substrings. Got it, guys? Got it? Any doubt anybody has? Right? Next thing is okay, thank you. So next thing we'll see is we have seen this operator earlier also, in and not in, or we can see a particular string is there in a big string or not. Particular characters are there in a big string or not. In operator and not in operator we have seen. Right? Let's take an example. I wanted to say this, right? Print. I wanted to see word. What is this? Word. W-O-R-L-D. Word in operator. You guys know this is a membership operator. In yes. What I am checking is whether word is there in yes or not, string or not. So this is my string. Is the word is there? Yes. So it is supposed to return true or false to us. Right? Let's run this. See, finally what it is returning? True. Finally what it is returning? True. Right? I can even have not in also. I can even have not in as well. Right? I can even have not in also. Let's see how the not in will be work. Right? So I can say print. I'll say how. How not in. Yes. Is how not in yes string? Yes. It is not there, right? How is not there into this. So this is also returning true. See here, it is also returning true. It is also returning true. But what if I say like an hello? Hello, hello, hello not in string. Is the hello not in string? False, because hello is there. Hello is there. So this should return false. This should return false. Let's run that. So false. Understood, guys? Clear? Clear? I hope you understood this. Right? Now let's see a next thing. Yeah. Now let's see how do I join two strings. Last time we have seen that. How do we join two strings, right? I can join two strings. Take an example. There is a equal to hello, right? A equal to hello, right? And then there is a B, and B equal to word. So B equal to word. Now I want to concatenate these two. How I can do? I can say C equal to A plus B. Plus operator will help us to concatenate two strings. Concatenate, right? Join two strings, combine two strings, right? So the result of these two will be stored in a C. So if I print a string now, it should print me a concatenated string from A and B. From A and B. So it's supposed to print me and C. Let's run this. Right? So you should be able to see the answer. Right? You see here, it is printing joint string. Hello world. But there is no space. There is no space. Why? Because we don't have a space now. When you join it, it won't give space. Then what I can do? I can have space also concatenated. Like this. Plus. See what I am doing? Hello plus space plus word. All three will be concatenated. Now if you print the result, it will have space also between a hello and word. See here, there is a space between hello and word. This is called concatenation. This is called concatenation. Concatenation. Understood, guys? Clear? Now let's try to concatenate something else. Let's try to concatenate something else. Let's take an example. I have a string. Name, right? Or I will have some info as a string. I'll say here my age is something like this, right? And I'll have one more thing, age equal to something like and some 35 or something like that, right? And I'm giving some space here. My age is, and the age is 35, and I want to print this with concatenation. I want to concat these two. I want to concat these two. So how do I do that? I can say some str or st equal to what? Info plus is to concat age. Info plus age. Correct? This is how I will be doing. Is that right? Right? This is how I will be doing if I wanted to concat it. Now I want to print this st. Print st. So what it should print, guys? It should print my age is 35. Right? Will it work? Can anybody tell me, will it work or not?
No, sir.
No? Why? Any reason? Yes.
The number, na sir.
It is number and character.
Exactly. You are right, guys. So the first one is a string. And second one is, what is the data type of this? Integer. What is the data type of this? Integer. Now you are trying to concatenate string with an integer. Which is not possible. You can concatenate string with a string. If I have this 35 in double quote, I'm good. It will work. It will work. Let's run this. Yeah, my age is 35. Excellent. But if I don't have this as a string, so it is an integer. So when you have one as a string, another as an integer or any other data type, you cannot concatenate it. Right? You cannot concatenate because though these two are different data types. Right? Let's run this now. We'll see what happens. So you see what it is saying, guys. You see here, type error, can only concatenate str to str, not to the int, not to the int. So concatenate only str to str, not to the int, not to any data type basically, right? So then how do we solve this problem? How do we solve this problem now, right? This problem will be solved with another thing called as an format, something called as an format in a string. So we have something called as an format function, format. So how do I do that? Instead of doing this, I'll remove this. I'll remove this, and what I will do is like, there is an info, right? There is an info, right? Info, right? And with this info, I wanted to concatenate what? Age. So what I have to do is like, in this, I'll give one a format. This is the empty. This is the format I am giving. So this can be replaced with something. How do I replace? I will say info dot format. Now what I wanted to replace with this place, what I wanted to replace, this is the format. I want to replace with something. I can replace with any value. I can replace with integer, float, or anything. So I am saying info dot format. Now info has this particular details, but it is demanding some value here. It is demanding some value. That value will be given here. Understood, guys? It is a placeholder. This is the placeholder. This is the placeholder. This placeholder will be replaced by this value. In order to combine string with the numbers, we have to use format function. And format function takes the arguments. It can take one argument or two argument or multiple argument, whatever it is, you can say. Right? So how it is? Let's see this. Right? Let me run this now. Earlier it was throwing an error. Now you see it should not throw an error. Right? You see here. Where is that? Let me scroll down. So my age is 35. Now there is no error. My age is 35. Right? Understood, guys? Understood? Right? Let's take an example. I want to replace this with multiple things. Right? I want to replace have multiple things. Like here one more thing. Here 35, and I said like my ID is something like that. My ID is, and I want to replace here with an ID. So the first I am replacing with age, next I am replacing with an ID. So what should I have? I should have one more variable called as an ID equal to 101. Now info dot format. In a format there is a one placeholder, first placeholder replaced by age, comma, second placeholder replaced by ID. You see here, this will be replaced by ID. Understood? Now what it will print? My age is, first one is replaced by age, which is nothing but 35. My ID is, second one is replaced by ID, which is nothing but 100. So it should print, my age is 35, my ID is 101. How it is? Let's see that. You see here, my age is 35 and my ID is 100. Understood, guys? Understood? Understood? Let's take an example.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So let's take an example. I give ID first. I give an ID first and then age second. So what will be the result? The result is my age is 101 my ID is 35. It is reversed, right? Which is not correct, right? Clear? So this data is not correct. Then what is the mistake we have done? What is mistake only we have done is like, and I have given this way. So what it will do is like, first value will be replaced by first placeholder, second will be replaced by second placeholder. But I can control this. I can control this. How I can control it? Now index, I can use an index. So the first value, where you wanted to replace? Here. So this is which index? 0th index. So I can give here 0th index. First value, right? This is the first value I wanted to replace here, 0th position. And this is the first index I want to replace here. Understood? Understood? So ID, now it will not go into first place, or age, now it will not go into second place. Now we have replaced placeholder with an index. So what it is asking, my age is, give me the value at first index, 0 and first index, this is nothing but age. My ID is, give me a value at the 0th index. What is the value at 0th index? ID, which is nothing but 101. Let's run this. See here, my age is 35, my ID is 100. You got it, guys? Any doubt here? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah. So thank you. So the quick thing is, what I am saying here in format is, you can replace the position. You can replace. You don't need to display in this order only. Same order like how the parameters are there. You can change with the help of index. With the help of index. Understood? Understood? Very good. Now,
Yes, sir.
thank you. So let's go to the next thing. So let's say I have one another string like an something like this, right? Some txt text equal to, and I will have some information. So what information I want to have? So I just say like, I love my country, something like this. Okay, this is the information I have. I want to print this information onto the screen. Let's say, how do I do it? I just say print, and I will say txt. So it will just print as it is. Let's run this. So it will print I love my country, right, as it is. If you have not seen, I'll just close it and run it. So it just say I love my country, right? Now what if I wanted to put something in highlighted, in double quote. Let's take an example. I wanted to put this in a double quote. Now my answer I am expecting is I love my country, but love should be into a double quote. Now will it work? Will it work? Let's see that.
No, sir.
No, right? It will not work. Let's see that how it will print. See, it is saying invalid syntax. Because it will get confused, right? Because string ends with a double quote, right? So it will get confused whether string ended here or I have to continue, right? Now here comes, now but the requirement is that I want to print like this. In double quote only I want to print this love, right? Now somebody else come here to help us. That is nothing but we can call it as an escape character, right? We can call it as an escape characters. So we have some escape character in a Python which will help us in such cases, right? So I can use, so if I wanted to have this double quote, I can use escape character as a backslash. Here also, this also I wanted to ignore, right? So I can use this also as a backslash, right? So what I am saying, anything, any character, special character supported by backslash will be ignored. So it will be just taken as a character. It will be taken as one character. So now double quote will be taken as one character, not considered as the end of the string, right? So let's run this now. Now you see the result is I love my country, but love is in double quote. Love is in double quote. I hope you understood, guys. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So the backslash, you have to, if you want to have any character, you need to use backslash. Backslash with that, right? Which will ignore and it will consider that as a string. Which will consider that as a string. Okay. Let me Control C and then paste it into a new chat for this, right? So these certain information which will be there in your chat for you guys. Right? Now let's go to the next few things, right? About the string only, right? Next few things is some more functions we will see, right? So let's take an example. I said here str or yes equal to, I will have one string called as an India, right? So this is my one string, or I can say India. Again, India is my country, something like that, or not like that. I love my country only, right? So this is my statement, and I wanted to find out how many characters are there into this. Or basically characters we know, right? We will use length function to do that. But I wanted to see like a particular value, how many times it occurred in that string, right? Now let's take an example. Which one I can take? Is there anything repeated? Y, right? Y is repeated here. So I'll say here like print, right? I can say print, and I have one function called as an count. Which function I said, guys? Count, right? So I can say print. So s dot count. What I wanted to count? I wanted to count y. How many times y came here? How many times y came here? I want to count that. From where? From this string. Let's run this. How many times it is saying? 2 times. How many times? 2 times. Not only this, you can have a bigger string here. India is my country. I love my country. My country is beautiful. Right? Now I wanted to check country. How many times country came? Not one character. I am seeing now word itself. Word itself. How many times country is there in yes, guys? Now 2 times. Right? So it should print 2. See this, guys, 2 times. Right? Let's take an example. I wanted to check how many times love is there. So s dot count, right? And single quote, double quote doesn't matter, but keep one. I'm giving an example with a double quote also. So count. How many times love is there? Only once. So you should give me 1 count. So see, first one is nothing but an country. Is there 2 times, but love is there only once. Love is there only once. So this is there twice, this is there only once. Any doubt, guys? Count. Count will help us to count the occurrences of particular character or word into a bigger string. Any doubt? Any doubt, guys? Any doubt? Okay. So if there is no doubt, next is I want to see whether this particular string ended with something or not. Ended with some value, some character, anything what you want to do. So I want to check whether string ends with beautiful or not. So how do I say? Print. I wanted to say yes dot ends with. What is the function? Ends with. ENDS with. Ends with. What ends with what? Ends with beautiful. Ends with beautiful. So Control C and I'll do this. So what it will return? It should return true or false. Is that ending with a beautiful? Yes, so it should return true. What if I say string ends with dot? Full point. Is our string ending with full point? No, so it should return false. See, it is returning false. What if I add dot now here? So run this. So it should return true this time. So it is returning true. Ends with. Whether string is ending with particular character or not. It will return true or false. True or false. Understood, guys? Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next thing is we'll see an index. Index. I want to see an index of particular character or a word where it started. Let's take an example. Print index. Index is another function. Right? So let's take an example. Yes dot index. Index will give me a position of particular character or a string or whatever it is. So let's take an example. I have here yes dot index love. Means I am expecting the index of this. So let's run this. So what is the index it is giving me? 2. What is the index it is giving me? 2. 2 means what? See, 0, 1, 2. So my love starts with index 2. Index 2. Now let's take an example. Instead of love, I will check country. So now it is going to look at the first occurrence of country. There are 2 occurrences of country here. But it is going to look at the first occurrence of country. Let's take an example. Index of country. It is giving me 10. Is that true? Let's see this. So I am here. 1 character, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Position 10. Understood, guys? Understood. You have to start with 0. This is 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Understood? Understood? Clear? I hope it is clear. Let's take an example. I want to check an index of I. What is the index of I, guys? 0. So it should return 0. So it is returning 0. Understood? Index. Index will give me an position of that particular character or a word, whatever you wanted to have it. Position. Right? Now next one is alpha. Is alpha numeric? Is alpha numeric? So what this will do? It will check if all the characters in the text are alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means, let's take an example. My country is beautiful, and I just added dot, and then I will say phone number, something like that. Phone number and 987 something like this. Right? Now I want to check whether this is alphanumeric or not. Print. Print. What is that? Yes dot. What is that function? Is alpha, al, numeric. Is alphanumeric. Is alphanumeric means it must need to have alphabet and numbers. So alphabet starts with A, ends with Z. Numbers start with 0, ends with 9. Only between these characters only it is allowed. A to Z or 0 to 9. Only these characters are allowed. So let's run this. F5, run this. See? What it is saying? False. Why it is saying false, guys? Because it has some special characters. What are those? Full stops. Let's remove this. Now run this. So still it is saying what? False. Why, guys? Tell me. Anybody can tell me. What I said, what is allowed in alphanumeric? A to Z.
Sir, it is in double
No,
code,
no,
no?
no, not double code.
Sir,
Not double code, right?
so it
Numbers
Sorry?
are there.
Sorry?
is
Numbers are there. Not.
considered a string, sir.
Oh no, so the thing is this, it is a string. It is a string, in anything inside the double code is a string. But what I said, alphanumeric will be allowed only A to Z alphabets and 0 to 9 digits, numbers. But you are saying here spaces also. These spaces are not allowed. If you have the spaces also, it will say it is not alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means only numbers and alphabets, A to Z and 0 to 9. So since you are giving the spaces here, it will say false. Now what if I remove the spaces? Let's take an example. I'll remove the spaces. I'll make it as a small. I'll remove the spaces. I'll have numbers and this both. Now it should give me a true. See here. Understood, guys? Understood? If I give any space here, it is not going to work. It is not going to work because spaces is not part of alphanumeric. Spaces is not part of alphanumeric. So it is returning false. Understood? If I remove the space, it will work. If I remove the space, it will work. True. Okay? If I add any other special character also, it will not work. Let's take an example. I add here exclamatory. It won't work. It will say false. False. Understood? Alphanumeric means between A to Z and between 0 to 9 only. Combination of that. Combination of that. Understood? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll go
Yes,
with
sir.
an yeah. Thank you. Now I'll go with an alpha. Only alpha. I want only alphabets. If the string has only alphabet, not alphanumeric now. So what I am saying, only alpha, right? So only alpha means, let's take an example. My function is only alpha, like is alpha, alpha. Is alpha means I am expecting only alphabets now. Let's run this. So for what I am checking now? I am checking for yes. I am checking for yes. Is alpha. Whether it is alpha, alphanumeric is okay. It is alphanumeric, but is it alpha only? So it will be returning false. It is not alpha, right? It is alphanumeric. Alpha means only between the A to Z. A to Z, only alpha. Alphanumeric means A to Z and 0 to 9. Right? So here, if I remove these numbers, yeah, then it is alpha. Is alpha. Like run this. It will return true now. This time it will return true. Understood, guys? Is alpha. Is alpha. It is only checking whether it is an alphabet. Only checking it is only an alphabet. Understood? Understood? Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. So let's see something next, right? I have another. So till now we have seen alphanumeric and only is alpha. But now I'll say only digits. I want to see whether the string has only digits. Now I have a function called as an s.isDigits. What is the function? Is digits. D-I-G-I-T. Digit. Right? Is digit. Is that is digit now? No, all these are alpha. Right? All these are alphabet. So it is not true. So run. It is a false. What if I add few digits here? 9, 8, 9, something like this. Still also it is not a digit because it's alphanumeric. Earlier it was alpha, now it is alphanumeric, so it will return false. But what if I remove this alphabet and I'll keep only numbers? Now it is a true, because I am checking only numbers. Is digit. Digit is checking if all the characters in the text are digits or not. So are they are digits now? Yes. So it is going to return true. Is digit will return true only if all the characters are digits. All the characters are digits. Understood, guys? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. So another thing is instead of digit I can check one more function is numeric. This is also possible. Is numeric. Numeric means I am checking whether all these are numbers. Right? All the characters in the text are numeric or not. That is what I am checking. Let's run this. True. It is a true. If all the characters are between 0 to 9, it will return true, otherwise it is going to return false. Let's take an example. I will enter A here. Now it don't work. It is not numeric. It is alphanumeric. So it will return false. Understood, guys? Understood. Is numeric, or you can use is digit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what if I wanted to check whether my string is only a space, has only a space, like this, right? How do I check whether all the characters in the text are spaces, white spaces or not? So I have one function called as an is space. Is space. See, all this will be helpful when you are writing bigger program. When you are doing an operation on strings, it will be very, very helpful. If you don't know all these functions, you will not be able to do anything properly. These are very, very simple way, right? I want to check whether the space is there or not. So what is the function? Is space. So it is saying it is there. All these are spaces. But what if I add one more character here, like some A, B, C, something like this. Now run this. So it will return false. All the characters are in the text are white space, then only it will return true, is space. Otherwise it will return false. So if all are white spaces, then only it is going to return true. You see this. Is space. What is that? Is space. Right? Clear? Clear. Now let's take an example.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So let's take an example. I have like India is my country. Right? Now this is a normal, right? It is a normal, right? Whether India is, so if I print in S, it is going to print just like an same as it is. Right? Run this. It will print India is my country. Right? Like this it is going to print. Now I wanted to check if each word starts with an uppercase letter or not. Each word start with uppercase letter or not. Understood, guys? So then I have a function called as an is title. What is the function? Is title. T-I-T-L-E. Is title. It will check whether each character of each word, the first character of each word starts with uppercase or not. Then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Let's run this. Now it should return what? False. But what if I make each first character of each word capital? Now it is a title, right? So because every single word has first character as a capital, is title. It is true. Earlier it was returning false. Which function? It is a is title function. is title. Is title. Now we have seen replace already, right? Clear? Now earlier when I show you guys ends with I have shown, but I have not shown starts with. I wanted to check whether the string has started with something or not, some character or some word. So I have a function like start with. I have a function called as starts with, starts, starts with. Like ends with, we have a starts with. What is that? Starts with, I can check with an I or India, whatever it is. I'll check with India. But I need to give here capital I. Start with India. I'm checking whether the string is starting with India. Last time we have seen ends with. This time we have starts with. True. It is true. I can also check whether that starts with particular character. First character is I. So I can check this also I. Right? True. If I give something like country, it will return false. It is not starting with country. It ends with a country. So it will return false. Understood, guys? Understood? Very good. Very good. Now, earlier I shown you guys whether this is title or not. Is T-I-T-L-E title or not? Is it title? Yes, right? Because every first character of each word is a capital. So it is a title. So it will return true. It will return true. Now what if I make every character as a small? M, and here C. Is this title now? No, it is not title. Right? Because first character of every word has to be a capital, but it is not like that. So it is returning false. Now what if I wanted to convert into a title? What if I wanted to convert this into a title? Then I have a function called as a title. I have a function called as a title. Print yes.title. Means what will happen? Now here each word first character is not capital. It will start converting into a capital. This I, this M and this C. Everything will become capital. Make the first letter in each word uppercase. Title function. Let's run this. See here, India is my country. But here our string was different. Our string was small I, small m, small c. But here everything is capital. First is capital. First letter in each word is capital. Understood, guys? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now let's take an example. I have here you see, right, I will give here capital I, India, I, this is M and this is a C. You guys know this is title true because everything is having first as a capital. First letter of every word is a capital. Now I wanted to swap the cases. Swap the cases means all capital characters I wanted to make it as a lower. All uppercase I wanted to make it as a lowercase, and lowercase I wanted to make it as an uppercase. See the character inside the string. All the character inside the string which are uppercase I want to make them lower. Lower I wanted to make them upper. So I have a function called as a swap case. SWAP. Swap case. So I am swapping the case. Means lower case to uppercase, uppercase to lowercase. Print. You see here, first character I was small there, it became capital there, it became small. Rest become capital. All the first character becomes small now because it was capital here. Understood, guys? Are you able to see this? Understood? Swap case.
Yes, sir.
Swap will swap, thank you, swap will swap small case to upper, upper case to small. Got it? Right? So all these things are helpful when you write a bigger program. When you write a bigger program, right? Bigger program, like you want to do a bigger operation on string, right? You need to use this. Is numeric, is alpha numeric, length, right? Index, right? All these different functions you might need to use it, so that your when you write a program, it will become easier for you to perform an operation on strings. Okay, guys. So we are on time, right? We are on time. Any doubts? Any question you have? Any doubt? Any